morning, everyone. It is about 9 a.m. and we are about to head into Universal Studios. We have been invited out by the guest experience team to do the Universal annual pass holder exclusive VIP Thrills tour. I'm not exactly sure how much I can record, but I do have my camera and my GoPro with me, so I will try to bring you along as much as I can. But we're running a little bit behind, so we're gonna go run into the parks and I will see you there. So this tour is exclusive to Universal annual pass holders. It is for annual pass holder appreciation month, which ends October 31st. So if you want to do this tour, you have to get out here before October 31st. It does start at $59.99 and it does include front of the line access to the Hulk, the Mummy, and Transformers, and then you also get a snack from Green Eggs and Ham. The rides and the schedule are both subject to change. So I did do a little mask and wardrobe change. I saw this shirt in the Men in Black store and I had to have it. It was $30. I believe that they also sell it in the Universal store up at the front. And then I also had to go ahead and finally grab an ET mask, and the mask was $8. Okay, so we are back. We did just finish our tour. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to record a lot of it, and out of respect for his privacy, our tour guide did not want us to really record him, so I didn't want to record stuff that he was saying either. Our tour, I'll get this right, one take, eventually. Our tour guide, Mark, was amazing. He had so much knowledge and was very informative. So for our tour, we started with Transformers. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do much of the backstage stuff because you can't really social distance. It is in a confined space, but we did get to do the ride, and that was definitely a really good wake up. So if you did not know, Transformers is pretty much the same ride as Spider-Man, except for it actually goes up to a second floor and comes back down. The Spider-Man is all on one level, and the only thing that moves is the car kind of going side to side. Whereas for Transformers, you actually go up a ramp, go up to a second floor, and come back down. I honestly didn't even know this because it's so flawlessly done that you can't even realize that you're actually moving. I did want to mention that the Universal Cinematic Show is coming back this Saturday, October 24th, and the parks will be closing at 10 p.m. I'm sorry for all the noise behind me and for yelling. The beat builders are behind me doing their thing.
Here we go!
So then we headed over to the Mummy and did the ride and then did the tour. This on its own makes this tour 100% worth it. You do get to walk under the Mummy track, and there is so many different hidden things throughout this ride that reference the old Confrontation ride that you would have no idea about. And a fun fact we learned about the Mummy, something I kind of already knew, there are tons of Easter eggs to Confrontation in the ride, but the track itself is actually still inside the ride. They took everything out and left the track up on the ceiling. It is very, very hard to see. Even on our tour, you could barely see it when one of the cars went by. The roof kind of lit up a little bit. Again, unfortunately, I was not allowed to take any pictures or record backstage of the Mummy, but it was honestly so amazing and such a fun experience. So once we finished with the Mummy, we did head over to Jimmy Fallon, which I was not expecting, so that was a nice little bonus. We did get to go up to the little window where #Panda waves, and then we also went to the balcony on the side. I've always wondered how people get up there, and I guess the answer is do a VIP tour.
One thing some of you may have noticed before, on this side of
After finishing Jimmy Fallon, we did walk over to Islands of Adventure. We did not take the Hogwarts Express, which is what you would take if you do the normal VIP tour, or you can walk. But we just walked through a little shortcut backstage. Again, it's backstage, so I'm not allowed to record or take any pictures. Once we got to Islands of Adventure, we did get a nice little snack of the Hoo Hash, which I have never tried before, so I was really excited to try it. It does have corned beef, onions, white cheese sauce, scallions, and tater tots. They can change it if you have any dietary restrictions. One of the girls that was in my group as well can't have dairy, so they did do it without the cheese. If you don't eat meat, they can probably take the corned beef out as well.
Adventure was the worst.
I never did grad bash.
Me
But I heard it was a
neither.
mess anyway, so.
Then we went to a secret place that I didn't even really know existed, and even though I worked literally right underneath it, I never knew that you could even get up there. We were able to go up onto the bridge across from like Starbucks to Confisco's. So it was not the Adventure Awaits bridge, but the one right after that.
So if upon entering this park, which I'm sure you've all done many times, you've ever wondered if anyone could walk on these bridges, here's your answer.
That's so cool. I didn't even realize that that's what this was.
Really?
We have a nice view on this side of Port of Entry. Here before? Cool.
And then of course, after they fed us Who Hash, they thought it would be funny for us to go ahead and ride the Hulk. And so that was pretty much our tour. So we got to do Transformers, The Mummy, Jimmy Fallon, and the Hulk. We also did get to go to different backstage areas, and these are areas that some team members haven't even seen. It is sort of like a mini version of the full VIP tour, but for $59.99 it's worth it. You get walked to the front of the line and you get front row. The website says you get to do 3 rides, but we did 4, so I'm not really sure if this is going to be the case for everyone or if we just had some extra time, so we went ahead and did it. But even that, express passes are $100 plus. So you do get something better than express, and you get front of the line treatment for these rides. As of right now, this tour is only available to annual pass holders for Annual Pass Holder Appreciation Month. So it does end October 31st. They are going to try to figure out a way to keep it going. So if you are interested in this tour, I highly, highly, highly recommend booking it and going ahead and doing it. It is definitely worth the money. It is so much fun. And if you're like me, it'll be worth it just because you get to go underneath the Mummy. That is my favorite ride. And there's so many different cool things that they tell you about the ride that I literally never knew. And I've ridden it thousands of times. So I apologize that I was not able to get as many photos and videos as I would have liked. Universal is very strict with their photo and video policy on rides, backstage, all of that. But honestly, you need to go and experience it for yourself. No matter what I post, no matter what videos I post, it is still not the same of being there in person. The view from the bridge that connects Confisco's and Starbucks was honestly breathtaking. And I personally got to check off a bucket list item of being up on the balcony of Jimmy Fallon. So if you are considering doing this tour, I highly, highly suggest it. In my opinion, it is spot on for the price point. You definitely get your money's worth. And this is really good if you have like a bigger family. It's a little bit cheaper than the original VIP tour, and you still get to go to a lot of cool places. But it is starting to rain, so we are going to head out for the day. I just want to thank Universal Orlando for giving us the opportunity and inviting us out to do this really amazing VIP Thrills tour. All right, so we are back home now and I'm about to take a nap. Like I said, I'm not a morning person, so 9 a.m. is considered very early for me. I did forget to mention in my video earlier that the tour is for up to 12 people, so you're not just with your group, you will be placed with up to 12 people. The tour is not a private tour, so just social distance the best you can and just make sure that you keep your masks on at all times. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe below.